Hello everyone, myself Miss Manisha Naik. In last lecture, I have started the chapter that is sugar industry from paper number 16, industrial chemistry. In last lecture, we have discussed about the introduction and manufacture of sugarcane in India. In that, we have studied extraction of juice, and the next point we have studied the clarification of juice. Now, in the same this, we are going to study the third point, that is concentration of juice to syrup. We have got the clarified juice. What is meant by clarified juice? The juice which is diluted by 85% of water. To dilute clarified juice, two processes used, that is evaporating water. First, water content is reduced by 35%. Remember, first water content is reduced by 35%. To reduce this water content, multiple effect evaporator process is used. Which method is used? Multiple effect evaporation. By using this process, we get heavy syrup. We have using the evaporator. Okay, the evaporator is tall. It is consist bottle. The bottle is cylindrical and naked. Evaporator again consists three chambers: top chamber, middle chamber, bottom chamber. In this evaporator, top and bottom chambers are juice chambers, while middle chamber is a steam chamber. Okay, top bottom juice chamber, middle chamber is steam chamber. In this top and bottom chamber are vertically connected by using narrow plus wider pipes. Remember, vertically connected by using narrow pipes plus wider pipes. Narrow pipe is connected to juice mover, while which comes to the wider pipes. Remember, from narrow pipes juice is moved, which comes to the wider pipes. Okay. In this, juice circulate inside while steam circulate outside. Evaporation means steam is there. Okay. In this, juice circulate inside while steam circulate outside. By which process? By heat exchange process. Remember, by heat exchange process. Okay. 3 to 4 evaporators are again joined. Okay. Remember, first evaporator is another. Again to that 3 to 4 evaporators are joined. For which effect? To get a triple effect. Which effect? Triple effect. Okay. In this, first evaporator is connected to second evaporator. Remember, in this, first evaporator is connected to second evaporator, but the first evaporator is of a steam generator. Remember, from 3 to 4 evaporators, first evaporator is a steam generator. In this, top of the first evaporator is connected to second evaporator. Top of second evaporator is connected to third evaporator. See, top of first to second evaporator, top of second to top of third evaporator. But these three evaporators are connected by steam outlet pipes. Remember, steam outlet pipes. Okay. From in this, narrow pipe is connected to the top juice chamber. Narrow pipe is connected to top juice chamber. What is the use of narrow pipe connected to top juice chamber? It helps to remove air and uncondensed gases. To remove air and uncondensed gases. Okay. We have seen top connected to first, second and third by steam outlet pipe. Now, bottom of first evaporator connected to second evaporator. Bottom of second evaporator connected to third evaporator by using connecting pipes. Top was connected by steam outlet pipes, while bottom of three evaporators is connected to each other by using connecting pipes. What is the help of connecting pipes? Juice moves from second evaporator to third evaporator, and syrup, sucrose is come out from third evaporator. Remember, from connecting pipes. Juice moves from second to third evaporator when these are connected by using these pipes. At that time, syrup sucrose comes out of the third evaporator. Exhausted is used. Okay, exhausted of first evaporator is that it is heated by using steam. We have seen that steam outlet pipes. Okay, exhaust of first evaporator is heated by using steam. We are using clarified juice. That clarified juice is passed through narrow tube at the top chamber. Okay, clarified juice is passed through narrow tube at the top chamber. The top chamber, in top chamber, juice gets heated and it starts for boiling. Okay, due to heat, water evaporates and juice gets concentrated. Because of evaporation, juice gets concentrated. When juice gets concentrated, thickened syrup is formed. Okay, thickened syrup is formed from wider tube, and second evaporate is collected. That thickened syrup comes out of the wider tube and it is collected in second evaporator. The second evaporator in which thickened syrup is collected, it is maintained and its pressure decreases than the first evaporator. The pressure decreases than the first evaporator. Syrup boils lower steam temperature. Syrup gets boiled at lower steam temperature. Second evaporator than the first. Okay, in second evaporator the syrup boils lower steam temperature than the first. More concentration syrup is taken out. More syrup concentration is taken out. Same process is carried out in third evaporator. Okay, see the temperature of the steam and steam boiling juice in first, second, third evaporator. Now the next term we are going to study is crystallization of sugar. Before we have studied clarification of juice, now we are going to study the crystallization of sugar. Syrup sugar which contains water. Water content is reduced by using single effect vacuum pan. Remember, the syrup sugar which is collected in second, third evaporators, it contains water. That water content is reduced by using single effect vacuum pan. Vacuum has it is similar to evaporator, but its diameter is large and it has a big tube size. Pan is fitted with vacuum gear, condenser, thermometer, stirrer, etc. Pan is also fitted with two pipes, that is feed pipe and mascute pipe. Remember, in clarification we have used two pipes, narrow and wider. Now in pan single effect vacuum pipe we are going to use feed pipe and mascute pipe. In this, crystallization is carried out by using two stages. First is graining. What is meant by graining? In vacuum pan syrup is heated. Steam sucrose, syrup is heated by using steam. Sucrose gets concentrated. Why does it get concentrated? By rays of supersaturation. Okay, syrup is heated in vacuum pan. Sucrose concentration raises by supersaturation. Means what? The sucrose crystallizes. Okay, to crystallize sucrose, two stages are used in graining method. That is wetting method. In this, syrup is cooled by saturation break. Okay, syrup is cooled for saturation break, in which we have done supersaturation. Second, in shock treatment method. In this, supersaturation is breaked. How? By decreasing steam or by increasing vacuum, or cold syrup is added more and more. Remember how supersaturation is break? By using three methods: steam, or increasing vacuum, or cold syrup add. How we come to know that supersaturation is broken? It is detected by drop of syrup on a glass plate. Remember, drop of syrup is taken on a glass plate under a lamp light. When drop of syrup is taken on a glass plate, a shiny crystal is formed. This point detects that a supersaturation is broken. Now the second method is growth of crystal. When that point reaches to the graining point, more syrup is added and vacuum pan is maintained till 28.5 inches. Remember, vacuum pan is 28.5 inches. From a syrup, sucrose deposits seed and crystal size is grown. The syrup we are adding, or the syrup we have taken, at that of sucrose deposits seeds and crystal size is grown. In that crystal size allows we make a growth of crystal size till it attains a grain size. Okay. Finally, the semi-solid mass plus sucrose crystal plus molasses are filled in a pan. When their growth is completed till grain size, at that time semi-solid mass is obtained plus sucrose crystal plus molasses are filled in a pan. When the flow syrup is stopped, concentration is continued till 338 Kelvin and the vacuum pan is maintained at 28.7 inches. Crystallizer, then that muscute, that is a semi-solid mass, is sent to a crystallization tank. In the crystallization, muscute temperature is maintained at 336.3 or 341 Kelvin. The muscute is cooled, that is a semi-solid mass, and sucrose solubility is reduced. In this form, the sucrose crystallization is formed in pan, and that is called as a sugar boiling. Okay. Remember, we have studied 2 points, that is clarification of juice and crystallization of sugar. Now the next point will be studied in the next chapter. Thank you.